Good morning, and welcome to the 138th episode of Teaching of the Day. The question I want to ask today is, do you use gratitude as a fuel and as an inner motivation? And how do you do that if you do it? And it comes from me having met an old friend. We haven't met in, I don't know, 2 or 3 years now. And we met yesterday and we sat down in the sun having coffee for almost 3 hours. And yeah, we talked a lot about a lot of things. And we talked about, just catching up on our common interests and we met through my student council and my student board, and he was employed by the Swedish, I don't know, umbrella organization, and was helping us out. So yeah, we talked a lot about that, as well as just life in general. And one thing that came up was gratitude, which I think is a really really interesting subject, because I mean, there's so much there, and we all think about it differently, or at least that's my experience of it when talking to different people. That some use it as the question suggests, as an inner motivation and as some sort of fuel for their daily life. Some use it as a tool for being a gentler person or a better person or a kinder person or even a happier person. And some don't think about it at all, and talk about other things in the exact same way that some would talk about being grateful. And I said to Hannes that I try to use my gratitude and being grateful for so many things as a fuel and as my foundation and my baseline in my both emotional life, but also in my so to say motivation, kind of trying to inspire myself to do things that I want to do. And I mean, it's being my the one thing that I'm most grateful for is all the people who come before me and made my life possible. And when I think that when I realized that it's not, I mean, my mother and my father are big heroes to me, and I'm really grateful that, for everything they've done, as well as my grandfather and my grandmother, or grandmothers and grandfathers, and so on and so on. But also the whole society who've made it possible for me to live in this apartment and to have a nice shower and to have food on my table and all those kind of things. And when that struck me, which it did, I was really overwhelmed with how grateful I can be, and how I can find myself in that gratitude, and then just shoot from there. Say, this is the base that people have built, not only for me but for themselves and for everybody else. I realize that, but this is the base that I have because of other people. Now I'm going to shoot from here, and go somewhere else and build a new foundation and build on top of this that we already have, which I think, at least for me, has given me some kind of sense of belonging and in some sense a context to act within. And I mean, I practice gratitude every day. I write down before I go to bed at least 3 things that I'm grateful for, and that's everything between having this person in my life, this person being happy, having water raining down from my, I don't even know, crane, no, That's not the word. Whatever. I have water that I can just tap. Ha. That I can just tap up. I have a shower. I've got all these things, and my life is so great. And just being grateful for those things and reminding yourself that some people have suffered a great deal for me to have it this good. I think it's a great reminder. At least for me, it has been. And for some people, I know it can be just creating a lot of anxiety. So back again to knowing yourself, of course. But I think you should try it out. Think about what things you're grateful for, and see if you can use it as a fuel and as a tool for motivation if you haven't already. So the question today is, do you use gratefulness or gratitude as a fuel, as a source of motivation, and how do you do it in that case?